All right, time for Tech Tuesday. We're going to talk about your information and how to make sure it is safe, and more importantly, how to keep your information. Joining us once again from the Geek Squad, Attila Suresh. Good morning to you, my friend. You know, this is something that all of us need to be mindful about. We have our phones, we have our computer information, our photos. We want to make sure if something happens, our phone dies, our computer gets stolen or just crashes, how do you keep your information safe? Got to back it up, right?
You got to back it up, otherwise you lose it. And it's an important thing to do. You want to do it on a regular basis, especially if you're a business. You want to do it every day because your data, you have to imagine that if it were to get lost, you'd never be able to get it back again. I'm sure you don't know this, but 31% of all computer users will lose their entire data at one point or another. So it's so important that you do a backup that I really want to encourage people to do it.
Okay, I just learned something sitting here talking to you. Okay, I got my DVD-R, I got all my pictures here. I want to make sure I have them forever, so I burned all my pictures onto the DVD and I'm good to go, right? Wrong.
Well, you're sort of right.
Okay.
And in that it'll last for a while, but not forever. You have to remember these discs, they're just dye, it's ink that's on there, and you take this laser and you burn onto that ink, and after it's been sitting on the shelf for a few years, that ink starts to fade a little bit. So you want to make sure that even though you do have a backup, that you go ahead and you refresh that every few years just to make sure you still have that there.
See, that's great information. Okay, now a portable hard drive, this is actually probably one of the best ideas, right?
Yeah, it's the easiest, and this is what most people seem to be asking about now. These external drives are powered off of the USB. They're tiny, they can fit in your pocket. I brought it into your studio this morning, just sitting in my pocket. They can store thousands of pictures and photos, and they're pretty reliable.
And the good thing about this one is it doesn't have an external power cord. You just plug it right into the USB and you're good to go, right?
Exactly.
Bingo.
Now these ones are a little bit more expensive than the big ones that do have the external power supply, but it's well worth the convenience. I think it's much more portable and easy to manage.
Yeah. Now here's another thing. Okay, so you do all the due diligence. You're smart. You back up. Oh, I feel it vibrating. It's working. You do all your backup, but now you just throw this in your house. All of a sudden, now you have a fire in your house. Your computer's gone. The information's gone. The backup is gone. So the smart thing is back up your information and then put that maybe in a safety deposit box or put it in grandma's house. Get it away from all your other information, right?
Right. And that's the thing, is that even these products that I'm showing here are starting to become obsolete because online backup is getting so popular.
Right.
So you can have an automated backup procedure on your computer, and this is something that is offered by Geek Squad, that takes everything off the computer on a regular basis and backs it up. So you have your pictures, your documents, your photos, everything off-site. So you don't even have to mess with it anymore. But for convenience and for you know, feeling good about your own backup, you want to have something physical in your hand. These, I think, are the best products out there.
And the one thing that we didn't get around to mentioning, sometimes these are only maybe 2 gigs or 5 gigs, but the little flash drives that you could just kind of put in and share your information among your friends right there. Got to make sure my fingernails are clean. Yeah. But this is great information because I had no idea. I honestly thought that if you burned a DVD, you're good to go. Now you're telling me nothing's permanent.
Nothing's permanent, sorry.
That's so sad.
Does the hard drives corrode?
The hard drive's not really, no, because it's a sealed vacuum system.
Okay, Diane asked if the hard drive corrodes. Answer no. All right, good stuff. Attila, thank you very much. Next Tuesday, by the way, we're going to talk about hands-free devices because the mayor just signed into law. You can't talk on your cell phone without a hands-free device, so no more of this while you're driving. Anyway, Attila, thank you much. We'll be back with more. Stick around. Good stuff. That's great.